So, as promised, I am back a little bit earlier than I promised, but I have a feeling that uploading schedules are going to be a little bit more sort of as and when I find the time and the energy and sort of the ideas to film. I don't think excuse the chair, I don't think I'm really going to have the sort of guaranteed schedule to like have like a filming schedule. Things change sort of every few months or so, and the workload shifts and changes, so it is a little bit hard to say sort of when I'll have the time and the energy and all this stuff, but I'm here now, so here we go. I thought I'd do a quick kind of like half get ready with me, because like I've already done my skincare and my hair's dry. I don't know what I'm going to do with my hair today, because as per usual it is raining outside quite heavily. I mean, it's cleared up a little bit from this morning, but I'm really praying that it clears up before my class this afternoon, because I do not feel like walking back and forth from my place to campus, which it's only literally like a 5-minute walk, but it rains so heavily here sometimes. It's despicable, but you know, it's the United Kingdom, it does that everywhere. So yeah, so I'm just gonna do my makeup. I'm just gonna do a little casual look, figure out what I'm doing with my hair, and then we shall see. So I'm actually gonna just open my little drawer here and I have some hair clips that I think I'm gonna use to put my fringe back. If I can find them, hold on. Okay, hair clips acquired. My desk drawer is kind of a hot mess at the moment, so I'm just gonna use this to, I'm gonna look a little bit crazy for a minute while I do this, but as long as it gets my like fringe out the way, it's no big deal. So I'm gonna start with this. This is literally from Primark. It is just like a primer. It's just cheap stuff, but I'm just gonna start with that. I'm also gonna put that over my eyes as well. Just gonna put a little bit of that on. I used to not use primer, but I have actually found that it does help for concealer and foundation to just be that little bit less patchy. So yeah, I really like this stuff actually. It's quite soft on the skin and it gets the job done really. So I'm going to start with my eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using this Patricia Bright Revolution palette alongside, I get my little makeup bag out, alongside this Revolution palette. It doesn't have a name, it's just sort of a little palette. So I'm gonna start with using like a gold shade on the corners of my eye. I have my eyeshadow brushes here. I'm gonna use this one to put this little gold shade here just into the corners, the inner corners, and sort of the outer area of the waterline of my eye. I love using like shimmers. Usually I use like a lighter shimmer, but for this like gold kind of works better. So I usually either use like a silver or a gold on the corners of my eye, which just sort of helps to accentuate the eyes. My eyes are like the sort of most prominent feature of my face, so I like to play them up quite a bit. I have very much been into okay, that's too hot. I've very much been into doing a lot of sort of crazy makeup at the moment. I've been watching Euphoria at the moment, so I've been doing a lot of sort of face gems and like glitter looks. So I'm just going to stand that up there, and the shades I'm going to use are for the bottom of my eyes, the lids, if you will. I'm going to use the shade No Drama, and then and then for the top bit, I can't remember the name, I'm going to use the shade Booked and Busy. I love this palette, as you can see. Some shades have literally been used to death. I used to wear this one every day. In fact, it probably has been brought up on this channel before. So I'm just going to use this brush, this little one, for my lids. I did used to wear this one every day. I kind of do different makeup each day, really depending on my mood, and also I have been sort of experimenting and adjusting for my new hair colour, which is the second time I've dyed it since university. I didn't film while I had my pink hair, but for a little while over Halloween I had some like light pink hair that ended up just being more like highlights, which was very cute. I quite liked that, but that didn't last long because my natural hair colour's so light. It didn't really last long. And then I'm going to use a light shade on the top. This is like the third day in a row I've worn this look. But it works really well with my hair colour and stuff, so. So there we go. And one of my oldest tricks that I continue to use is using black eyeshadow as eyeliner in a really thin tilted brush like this to apply it. I find that it gives you so much more control of where the eyeliner goes than you get from a liquid eyeliner or a pencil. Especially the thinner the brush and the better the tilt, the easier it is to just apply it where you want it to go. I would consider giving liquid eyeliner another chance, really, because I've never actually tried it. I've tried pencil eyeliner before and I've always ended up either poking myself in the eye or ending up with just like black smudged all around my face. And I'm just gonna go in with this. This is also from Primark. I know, classy. It's just a like basic mascara, but I am a fiend for drugstore makeup or just like really cheap makeup, especially the stuff that you have to replace a lot, like foundation, concealer, mascara. It's really clumpy today, what the hell? The stuff that you have to replace a lot, I am more likely to just get the cheap stuff. And actually, Primark does do a pretty decent makeup range for the prices. If we're talking about cheap makeup, it's probably some of the best quality you're gonna get in the United Kingdom. The sort of the prices, you can get like a full face for about 30 quid. I saw someone do once, so it's a pretty good place to just get the like basics. And I actually really do like this. It's very like sparkly, so that's cute. So okay, that's my eyes done. This aside, and I'm gonna grab my foundation, which is I'm still using the Technic Luminous Glow. This has been my ride or die for the last few months, since about August last year. This foundation has been my ride or die. She gets the job done. Although I am really annoyed, the body care shops that we used to have in the United Kingdom, where you could get really cheap like makeup and skincare basics, has closed. It doesn't exist anymore, which is really annoying because I used to be able to get this foundation from there for about like 4 quid, like a bottle, which is really good. But it doesn't exist anymore, so I have to get this from Amazon, which costs about 10 quid, anywhere between like 8 and 10 quid with delivery prices, which is really annoying. So I'm gonna sort of do a bit of experimenting and see if I can find a cheaper foundation in the shops near me, because I really do not have, I'm a broke student, I really don't have the money to be ordering foundation every 3 months or so. I'm really tempted for my birthday to just ask my parents to like in bulk just get stuff like that instead of like normal gifts, because I would honestly be happy with that if it meant that I had the assurance of having those things that like aren't essentials but are kind of like essentials. So one thing I do between sort of steps is I will like fan my face, and I will wait because I use liquid foundations and concealer. I do kind of wait for it to dry a bit just to prevent. I need to get like a proper fan or something because I've just been using like random scraps of paper at the moment, and as of right now I can't really see any random scraps of paper. So I'm just gonna kind of, you know what, I've got an idea. No, that does not work. It kind of works. I thought I was being clever for a minute there, but you know what, it kind of works. It's fine. So it should do. But, now the concealer I've been using at the moment is literally from Poundland. So yeah, it's not the best quality stuff, but it gets the job done, and it's actually already running out, and I bought this a couple of weeks ago. So oh my god, that was a lot. So I didn't think that much was gonna come out, but it did. That will work for my whole face. Actually, my skin's looking pretty good today. I went through a phase of like not taking my makeup off at night because I was being lazy. So I finally caved and I bought some makeup wipes to keep in my desk drawer, which means most nights, like 90% of the nights, I don't fall asleep with makeup on anymore, which is literally the bare minimum. But it has made a massive difference to my skin quality. You know, with the way my diet's changed and stuff, it has caused a few different changes to my body. I will sometimes, and like my medication and other stuff, I will sometimes like lose and gain weight at really weird like patterns, which has not been great for like my body image. I'm like really sensitive about when like my body shape changes, and especially like when I gain weight, it's really noticeable to me, so I'm like weirdly sensitive about it. But like it's fine at the moment. It's been very sort of stagnant, which is good. So okay, that is all. I'm just gonna have to wait for that to sink in a little bit. So I only have like one class today, but it's like in the afternoon. It's a Friday. I'm probably gonna upload this today. So the annoying thing about only having afternoon classes is that I end up spending most of my day just kind of waiting around for things to happen. I'm like, okay, I'll get some work done, but like I did like most of the work I had to do last night, so the only thing I really got to do today is some reading. But I can't really complain because like I know some people whose courses have them like constantly busy. Like, to be fair, like I'm not doing the most serious course in the world, so it's not really, and I'm not really taking that many classes this semester. Last semester was much busier for me because I had quite a few classes. So this is just some loose setting powder. I put this on after I do my my foundation and my concealer, and then I put it on also when I finish everything else. The only thing about it is it does literally get everywhere because it's loose powder. It just gets like all over everything. I'm so obsessed with this top. It's like a really small size, so but yeah. So at the moment I have been using for blush, I've been using, this is number 7, but the logo is rubbed off. It's called the Dusty Rose Face and Eye Palette, and I have completely used up the highlighter in it, so I'm just using the blush, and I'm using this Morphe brush to put it on. Now I do put a lot of blush on, but that's literally just because I like the way it looks, so just go with the flow here. This may look like a lot, but just trust me. I also put some on my nose usually as well. That was something I started doing around December. I don't have my like headphone microphone thing connected because it's a little bit hard to do that while trying to do makeup. Sorry, there are people in the house. I can't really do anything about that. It's kind of hard really to. So I'm using the same what's the word, contour like bronzer palette thing that I was last time. That has not changed, and I still put that in the same places, my cheekbones and on my jawline. And then for highlighter, I'm using the Revolution X Beetlejuice palette, and I'm going to be using a warmer shade than what I usually use today. I'm going to be using this one. My voice is going, what the hell? That's fun. This is just plain coffee with some honey in. That's something I started doing recently that I'm obsessed with. I really want to get some like cinnamon as well, because I used to put cinnamon and honey into coffee and it tastes so good. I drink way too much caffeine at the moment. I need to like cut down. Okay, so I'm gonna start by blending in my contour. That's the word. Blend that in. So not really too much has changed about the way I do my makeup, really. There's a few bits and pieces that I do differently, like my blush and my highlighter, but I've always found that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I found that the way I sort of over last year learned to sort of adjust my makeup has worked quite well. Obviously I've had to adjust some things with my hair color, and I'm still, because I only did that last week, so it's still pretty new. I still can't believe that I managed to like dye my own hair by myself and like not have it fall out and like have the color actually turn out right. I am debating what to do with it next, because red fades really quick on blonde hair. It's one of the quickest fades on any type of hair really, and I've had red hair before and the fade isn't really that cute. So what I'm either gonna do is I'm gonna go a bright pink, a really dark purple, or I'm gonna go like a burgundy dark red. It'll really just depend, and that'll probably be in a couple of months. I do want to give my hair some time to just recuperate and recover, obviously, but I do love changing my hair color every now and again. It just makes me feel very refreshed. It sort of, to me, marks like a new era, and you know, we're in a new year, a new semester. There's a lot of new things in my life at the minute, so I figured, why the hell not? I always have to do that with this to make sure the powder actually comes out of the thing, because it is kind of running out. It's sort of at the end of its life. Definitely one of my biggest makeup tips is the use of like translucent powder. It makes so much of a difference in like makeup not being patchy and it being like matte, because like I can't stand glossy makeup on me. Like I always just think that my face looks greasy. That whole like clean girl look, I can't deal with it. I've always been a matte girly, always. So that is the makeup done. I've figured out in this time what I'm gonna do with my hair. I think I'm just gonna put it sort of up in a I might just leave it down actually as is, because that chair is so loud, it's so annoying. Yeah, I might just sort of leave it as is, to be honest. It's like you can already see where some of the blonde is sort of starting to come back in. It has gone this kind of like copper colour, which I think is quite cool, but in about a month or so it will probably have faded to a more sort of gingery colour that just does not suit me. So jewelry wise, I think I'm just gonna put some lip balm on because my lips are dry as hell. It is that time of year. It's the dry lips season, y'all. Zip that back up. Oh, the chair is so squeaky, it's so annoying. Okay, there we go. And it's done it again. Joy. Jewelry wise, I have some like crystal necklaces. I think this is some kind of jade. I'm not really sure. Jade necklace, and then this beaded. I'm not sure. I might just wear the jade one. I'm not really sure about how that looks. And then for earrings, I think I'm just gonna go with some small little hoops today. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with these gold hoops today. I keep all my backs in this little box because I'm always losing them. Always losing my earring backs. I have to be so careful with where I put them. And there we go. I realised I have to pause the recording while I grab some perfume. So I need to do an updated perfume and like body spray collection video because there are so many that I've sort of added to the collection over the last couple of months, like over Christmas and over the like time before that. This is Victoria's Secret Bombshell Intense. It is just like a cherry, it's like a dark cherry sort of scent. Obviously my vibe is very cherry red literally at the moment, so I like the way I put like perfume on is very like, any of you all have ever heard of Yvonne Lafleur, the absolute diva, like the way I put perfume on I got from her. So that's the way she does it, like the neck, behind the ears, on the hair, and then like the shoulders. That's from her. So I'm gonna put some hand cream on as well because my hands are like constantly dry. So yeah, that's the look. Just gone very laid back today. It's just an easy Friday. Not really much going on. I'm going home next week for the weekend, so I'm very excited about that. I'll be going home like quite late in the evening though because I've got like a class on the Friday afternoon. That is one thing I miss about last semester, is I didn't have classes on a Friday, so if I wanted to go home for the weekend I could just go whenever I wanted on the Friday and then come back like on the Sunday, but I can't do that anymore because I have classes on a Friday, but it's only the one, so I can't really complain. Anyways, that is everything for today, and I will see you all next time.